Hello and welcome to my tarot corner. So this morning I put on a survey or poll in my community page asking you which royal would you like me to do the year ahead reading first. And around 40% voted for Sophie. Now, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to do the readings for the rest. I am. So you can go on voting for the rest of the family because this will determine which one I will read next. But and you can still suggest more members of the royal family. Those of you who have iPads, I know that you cannot reach the community page in your iPads. If you do have a phone and you have the YouTube app on your phone, then you can reach the community tab there. If not, then on the computer, and you can also just email me or put it in here in the community in the comments if you have any more suggestion. But anyway, I did put there Prince Edward, Prince Andrew, Sophie, who I'm doing now, and naturally Meghan. So I'm going to do it by the order that you voted, and first is going to be Sophie, and I will check, and maybe I will do a second poll with the rest, with the other names that you will come up with. So this one is for Sophie, and I am using the Winter Magic Tarot, and I'm using a new spread, so you can see that there are so many spreads that you can use in order to see in order to see the same thing. So it's not obligatory to use one spread all the time. So before I start, please take a few moments to read my full disclaimer in the description box. This is a tarot reading. It is vibrational. It is open to interpretation. It exists as assumptions and speculation, and as such may or may not be true. So please do your own research and decide for yourself. So we all love Sophie, and as I think it's Sue Smith calls her secret weapon Sophie, but Taz, according to Taz, also loves Sophie. So really, Sophie is someone who is lovable, and she rarely does mistakes, really rarely. So let's start by asking. So I want to check Sophie, Countess of Wessex, next year, 2023. Prediction, a year ahead for Sophie, Countess of Wessex, 2023. What does she need to leave behind her from this year, and what can she expect for next year? What are her dreams? What are the goals that she can achieve? What are the obstacles, and how she can overcome those obstacles? So what can we expect what can Sophie, Countess of Wessex, expect for next year, 2023? Next year, tarot reading for Sophie, Countess of Wessex, for year 2023. Okay, so the first card is the departing energies of this year. I'm sorry, the main theme, no, I'm sorry. The first card is the main theme of the new year, and it comes in the middle, in the middle. Okay, so this card is the Page of Wands. Now, remember that I told you that every court card has good attributes and bad attributes, and it depends on how we look at those attributes in order to determine whether or not this if it turns into an ace or not. Now, the Page of Wands is a card of the eternal student. This is a card of someone who is always learning something new, someone who is always interested in new things, someone who is always looking for new things to learn. Now, when it is taken to the dark side, it is someone who jumps from one bandwagon to another bandwagon because he's never stays with one thing because he's always he's never excited. But when it is taken to the bright side, not to the dark side, it is a card of someone who is very much learning, someone who is autodidactic, someone who is very much aspiring to freedom, someone who is about to get his wishes realized in the material world, because this is what the Ace of Wands is all about. And it's all about studies, it's all about learning, it's about freedom, it's about going abroad. So we saw Sophie going to all sorts of trips outside of Britain last year, and looks like next year is also in the sign of going outside for all sorts of Commonwealth countries representing King Charles. Because as you know, King Charles will be going to his own trips, but Princess Anne is doing her share. But many people have noted that the monarchy is slimmed down, and Sophie and Edward have been going around a lot around the world. And we saw Sophie in Africa, we saw Sophie and Edward in the Caribbean, we saw Sophie in Washington lately getting an award from Hillary Clinton. So this next year is going to be also all about learning new things, about going outside of the country, going abroad, and about educating herself, and about freedom and feeling free to do things. So that goes in the middle. Okay, the next card is the energy that is departing from last year, and we're getting the Ace of Pentacles. So the Ace of Pentacles is about getting your needs realized in the material world. Now, this is not a bad card, and it doesn't mean that she doesn't need that. But actually, this is about more material things, and Sophie is not in a place where she needs material things. She has whatever she wants. So if we're talking about material things, she doesn't need that so much. But this is also about things like pregnancies, which are not something that is interesting for Sophie right now. This is also about taking the next step in children. And I think that last year was the year in which she introduced her daughter Princess Louise to high education, if we're talking about the Page of Wands, into the university. So it is a little bit a feeling of the empty nest. And I think that the pentacle here is like the hand that is giving Louise to this gate of the university. And this is my intuition speaking, because this is how I feel when I see this card, and I'm thinking about something that is leaving Sophie from last year, because last year was the year in which Louise got her wings and flew. They still have their son, but he's still home. But it is a kind of a milestone when one of your children leaves home, and I believe that this is the main energy that is leaving Sophie, because it will take a few years until, I don't remember the name of the Viscount. I'm sorry, it will take a few years until he will leave home. So this is the energy. This is like giving Louise to the gates of high education. Okay, talents that she will be exposing this year. And what I'm getting here is the Three of Wands, which is a great card, because the Three of Wands is all about cooperation and cooperation and recognition. I'm sorry, sometimes I just get this brain, Okay, so this is all about stepping into the next level. If you remember, I always tell you about the 3 cycles of the tarot, and there are always the first cycle, which start with the ace and ends with 3, and the second one start with the 4, ends with the 6, and then there is the third cycle that starts with the 7 and 8, ends with the 9, 10. So the first cycle is all about an ace, which is the perfection, and then there is the second card, which is calling for some kind of action, and the 3 is the result of that action. Now, in most of the suits, the 3 is some kind of success. In the 3 of Pentacles, it is about getting recognition and reward. In the 3 of Cups, it's about celebration. In the 3 of Swords, it's self-destruction. It's the worst card. But in the 3 of Wands, it's about getting recognition and getting cooperation. So it's about moving to the next stage. It's about taking the right step when she was in the 2 of Wands energy. And the 2 of Wands energy is about embarking on this voyage to realize her potential. And this is about moving forward. So Sophie is in this voyage of realizing her potential. She is now only beginning to show us what she really is, all about. What is her value? What she is really capable of. She's only just begun. I mean, what we have seen last year, she's now stepping into her element, let's say it that way. And this is showing us that next year we will see more and more of her talents exposing, and it shows us that she will be recognized for many things that she's been doing. Many of them were not known or were under some kind of under veil or behind closed doors. So these things will come out to the surface. This is about having cooperation from other people that will join her and will help her with things that she's been doing. This is about having courage. This is about having the recognition that she deserves. This is about even about some kind of ego, but this is about having good partnerships, and not only with her life partner, but also with the people that she partners to promote the things that she believes in. So she will be more prominent next year. Okay, what are the future opportunities that we will see for her next year? And we're getting the Seven of Swords. Wow, I love that, because the Seven of Swords is all about strategy and about planning. So we will see her being able to have more plans, more strategies in order to achieve what she wants, in order to achieve what the things that she wants to achieve. And remember that the Seven of Swords is basically a yes card in a yes or no question, and this is a good card. And as you can see here, this is not a thief, and many people, because of the facial expression of the person in the Rider-Waite tarot, are seeing the Seven of Swords as a conniving and a thief, but it's not that. It's this is the darker, the dark side of the Seven of Swords. This is when it is badly aspected. But what it is in the bright side, when it is positively aspected, it is a great card. It shows good head, it shows good thinking, it shows a person that is acting on good ideas. It shows that those ideas are becoming reality. It shows that she will be able to have a special relationship with her children, with her husband, with the rest of the family. This is air energy, which is all about communication. It shows that she will have good communication with the rest of her family. So this is really a very good card. And swords energy are all about realizing your thoughts and ideas and getting them realized in the material world. Now, the Seven of Swords is the first card in the third cycle of the Swords card, and it all goes downwards from this card, if you remember. Then we get the 8, which is bondages and shackles, and after that the 9, which is horrible and worry and justified worry, and only after then we get the 10 of Swords, in which we have some kind of sunlight that comes after being in the rock bottom position. So this is actually the last sword card in which is positive, and she has that. So these are the future opportunities. She will get opportunities to get her ideas and her ideas and her plans realized. She will have good strategies, she will have good thinking, and she will be able to act on her ideas. Okay, next card are the upcoming obstacles. Okay, let me move these. This will go there. Okay, so upcoming obstacles. And we get the Page of Cups. Okay, so the Ace of Cups, I'm sorry. And the Ace of Cups is a good card. So, but when it comes in the obstacle place, we need to look at the negative aspects of this card. And the Ace of Cups is a card that speaks about flow and renewal in the material world. It's an energy of freedom, it's an energy of abundance, and it's an energy, it's about believing that you deserve that abundance. When it is negatively aspects, it shows fears. It shows that you don't believe that you deserve that abundance, that this is about letting emotions control you and not acting logically, like the Seven of Swords tell you to do. This is about being in a little bit unstable emotionally and falsely believing that things will just things are just happening by themselves, and nothing. It's nothing nothing that you can do can just have an effect on the way that things are happening. Now, these are all things that are happening in the head, things that are emotionally, and this card shows, in a way, also trusting wrong people. So all of these are obstacles. These are things that she might feel as obstacles in the next year. So these are things that she might find difficult. Some kind of fears, some kind of letting, being emotionals and maybe even unstable emotionally and needing some kind of help emotionally, and being a little bit passive and believing that things are just happening without her doing anything, and maybe she will even trust the wrong people, and that will lead to these emotions. So how can she deal with these obstacles? What can help her deal with these obstacles? And what I'm getting here is the Four of Pentacles. Now, this is a unique Four of Pentacles because if you remember, I usually tell you that the Four of Pentacles is acting out of feeling threatened, and because of acting and adhering to what you have. And because you feel threatened, you act like that, you adhere to what you have, and then you end up in the Five of Pentacles. But in the Four of Pentacles, if you remember how it looks in the Rider-Waite tarot, the person is standing on two pentacles, which means that he has a solid basis. And then his fears and his feelings of being attacked, or his feelings that he is threatened, are not based on reality, because he does have a good basis. He's standing on two pentacles. Now, if you can see here, this person is not standing on pentacles. He has three pentacles up here that are practically in the air, and one pentacle at hand. So this person feels threatened, and probably justifiably so. So if we're talking about her feeling threatened and her feeling unstable, it's probably because she will find out she trusted the wrong people. And then she will feel threatened, then she will have to act to adhere to what she knows, to adhere to the rules, to adhere to the things that she knows, that it's like the never complain, never explain strategy, to adhere to the things that she has, because this is what she knows that will protect her. And remember this, because this is a unique Four of Pentacles, and because it comes right after the Four of Cups, which speaks about trusting the wrong people, this is why I'm interpreting it this way. If it was a regular Four of Pentacles, maybe I would see it in a different light. But because this person is not standing on the two pentacles, I'm allowing myself to say that probably the threat is real, and these people that she will learn that they were the wrong people to trust, might hurt her, and she needs to take very good care in not trusting them and in protecting what she has, protecting the family, protecting her children, protecting her husband. I don't know who will be threatened here, but someone will be threatened here, and she will have to be very, very protective. Okay, so this comes here, and the next card is how can she achieve her goals and her dreams next year, and we get the letting go card. So that's interesting because the letting go cards is telling her to not to take it too much to heart, not to fight too much, especially I think after these two cards. The let go card is about giving up the struggle. And when you give up the struggle and you let go, then you can see the truth. And then you can see if it was a justified fear or if it wasn't. Then you can see if it was a justified threat or if it wasn't. Sometimes you need to let go, and this is the best way to deal with that. Now, the interesting thing about it, which I didn't mention, and I don't know what is Sophie's relationship with her own mother, if she has a mother, I don't know. But there is this, I know that Sophie was very much attached to the queen, which was her mother-in-law, and both the seven of swords and the eight of cups have a mother connection, both of them. Now the seven of swords, I didn't say anything because I didn't think it had anything to do with the reading, so I didn't say anything about it. But the Seven of Swords does have a connection with a mother and some kind of let's say because it's in future opportunities and the queen has already passed. I didn't say anything about that, but there is a connection to the mother. But here it is more prominent because the mother is the moon here. So I think that Sophie was very much attached to the queen, and part of her fears, part of the sorrow that she feels is also connected to that. So I think that this is something that is taking her time to go to get over that. It's not a difficult. It's not easy. It's not easy to get over someone who has passed, no matter how old they are. I lost my grandmother. She was 96 years old, and we were all hoping to celebrate a 100th birthday for her. And she herself talked about it, and it was so difficult. It was difficult for all of us. You know that my daughter asked for her picture to be put over her bed, so she could say good night every night before she went to sleep. So it doesn't matter how old your grandmother is or your mother is. It's always difficult. So I think it's mostly connected to the queen. I don't know if Sophie's mother is still alive. I've never heard anything about her family, so I don't know. But this card is telling Sophie that the best way to achieve her goals, to achieve her dreams, is just to let go of the fears of the fight and to take some distance from it, and then she will be able to see reality as it is, and then she will be able to move forward to the Nine of Cups, which is the card of happiness and abundance and wishes coming true. So in order to do that, she will have to let go of the struggle and maybe make peace with the fact that the queen has passed, and um, just move forward. Okay, so this is the tarot. And let's see, what does the oracle say? And for Sophie, I chose the Goddess Guidance Oracle. So let's see what does the Goddess Guidance Oracle have to say? Okay, so let's clear the deck. A card for Sophie, Countess of Wessex, for next year, 2023. Advice for Sophie, guidance for Sophie, Countess of Wessex, for next year, 2023. And the card that I'm getting is Infinite Supply, Sedna. You are supplied for today and for all of your tomorrows. Let's see what does the book says as well. Okay, so I'm not going to read to you all of the message here, but the various meanings of this card. Don't worry about the future. Know that you always have enough to eat. Your needs will always be provided for. Spend time at the ocean. Swim with dolphins. Move to the beach or island community. Okay, she lives in an island. Go swimming, sailing, or surfing. Give time or money to a cause that protects the ocean. Okay, so the ocean is very prominent here. That's interesting. Okay, I think that Sedna is a goddess that is connected to the ocean. She's the Inuit, Eskimo, and Alaskan goddess of the sea. Okay, so this is it for this reading. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment, send me an email if you want me to read on a question that you have, and share the videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.